Ba-ba-ba. Can you guys hear me now? Let me know if you can hear me. Awesome. Great. All right, let's start over. We got Fred and Lisa. Good morning, everybody. We got Fred and Lisa. We got Tara. Good morning, Tara. We got Dave here. Good morning, Dave. We got Jay Myers down from DFW. Hello, Jay. How are you? Dave, I do not want to go to Barbados today. My cruise leaves in 14 days, so I'm hoping that all this hurricane nonsense is out of the way. I'm going to Bermuda, so you never know with the seas over to Bermuda. So we'll see what happens there. We shall see. Michelle Parks is here. Good morning, Michelle. Tony Diaz, good morning or good afternoon from Barcelona. Tony, I'm guessing you just got off the ship. How was your cruise? How was the end of your fancy schmancy president's cruise? Let me know. Carrie Ann, how are you? Good morning. I'm glad everybody could hear me now because my stupid mic. Matt Ryan, good morning, Matt. How you doing? Charlie, hello. How are you? Good. Glad everybody can hear me. Deb Stein, hello. Dawn B, good morning. All right, we are up to speed. We're going to do a little cruise news today. And of course, if you have questions or anything, feel free to answer them below. It is disgustingly hot, humid, and gross out here. It is raining. It's kind of raining. I'm looking out the window. It's kind of like drizzling now. Let me know how the weather is by you. I'm sure it's pretty gross everywhere. So let's get into some cruise news this morning on a Sunday morning. First cruise news story is Brilliance of the Seas has canceled 5 sailings. They were supposed to do dry dock April, May of next year, and they're having some issues, I'd imagine, or scheduling got screwed up somehow. So now they are going to have to cancel the last 4 cruises on board Brilliance of the Seas so they can go to dry dock a little earlier than expected. But that's good news. It's always nice to know that the cruise lines are healthy and making money so that these ships can get into dry dock and get things fixed. And just sometimes it's not even like the big amplifications. It's the new carpets or new bedding sometimes. It's just nice. It makes the ships, especially an older ship like Brilliance, it'll make those ships look a little nicer, which is really, really nice. Tyra said, pretty yucky in Delaware traveling back home to Maryland today. Yeah, it's gross up here. It is just awful. Second bit of cruise news, Amsterdam is cutting the number of ships in half over the next few years, and they're going to relocate their cruise terminal to try to help with over-tourism. This is really interesting. Again, I think we've talked about it the past couple of weeks. This is coming up a lot recently with cities and different cruise locations that are really trying to cut down the number of cruisers and relocate and push some people to different places. I kind of get it. I kind of get that, it can be overwhelming sometimes to the infrastructure of a city. Amsterdam's a big city. So I'm sure, again, for all the people that have businesses there, I'm sure they're not thrilled about it. But I understand to an extent why you don't want it over touristic approach, because we all know how it gets with all the tourist traps and everything. And then there's robbings and different things. So I guess I kind of get it, but it is sad that it's getting to the point where we're going to have some different places to go because they're getting canceled. Almost sneezed. Almost. Didn't do it. All right. Tara said, I wonder when Liberty is going into dry dock. I am not sure. I shall look right now. Hold on. Let's see. I love doing my on the fly. I don't see it planned. Liberty did a dry dock in 2023. So Royals usually every 5 years. So to me, that would lead me to think 2028 maybe. Because I don't think Liberty, Tara, I don't know if you're talking about amplification. But I know that they didn't get their amplification during the pandemic because them and Allure, and now Allure is scheduled. So maybe Liberty will be scheduled to do the amplification. Maybe. I don't know. But we shall see. Tony Diaz said, had a great time. Barcelona and Amalfi are beautiful. Yeah, totally. Amalfi Coast is outstanding. Outstanding. Dave, so hot and so muggy, the Susquehanna River was steaming today. Of course, that may be 3 Mile, right? No kidding. Yeah, it's gross. I mean, I am sweating here inside. It's so humid outside that it's like coming through. My dog doesn't want to do anything. She's kind of just laying around. So I apologize. I have allergies. So if you hear me sniffling, I apologize. I know that's annoying. Try not to do it on the microphone as much, but I really apologize. Tara said, more of a reason these cruise lines need to build small ships. Yeah, I'm telling you, I think it's going to be September. I would say September, early October, we're going to get the announcement from Royal. I think once Utopia launches and before they go into full promotion for Star, I think we're going to hear about it then. And I think the next Oasis ship is going to be Legend of the Seas. I don't know. I saw the rumors. Yeah, Liberty was supposed to be amplified, but it was not. So I know they're going to reschedule that at some point. I don't think it's been announced yet. I haven't seen anything. So next bit of cruise news. The LA Port Authority has put out bids to build a new terminal. So they're going to refurb the current terminal, and they're going to build a new terminal in Los Angeles to accommodate for more cruise ships. There is not a lot of cruising out of LA. It's also not the best port. So hopefully this will encourage some, other ships to get out there to Long Beach and LA, and hopefully it'll build up the demand for cruising out there in LA. There's not as much demand on the West Coast as there is on the East for whatever reason. Good morning, Lar. How are you? Hope you're having a great morning so far. So Love by Brito has opened on the Sun Princess. I looked this up a long time ago when they first announced it. It looks really cool. So this is going to be an art installation, and they're doing kind of like a feast for your eyes and your palate. So it's kind of incorporating both of those things. It's going to be a 7-course fixed price menu. It's going to be a romantic dinner. It's on deck 17 of the Sun Princess. It only holds 68 people. Real fancy art. The dinnerware is going to have art. They're going to have cool napkins, cutlery, all kinds of stuff. And the menu is aphrodisiac laced, which is very interesting. You're going to have oysters, lemongrass, gold flakes, a whole bunch of crazy things. It sounds pretty cool. It is $79 per person, which you would think it would seem like it would be more money than that for whatever reason, because I know Chef's Table is like 100 now, or 89 pre-cruise. So for $79, it's not bad if you're doing like an anniversary or like something really cool. Even the drinks, they have a strawberry love potion. They have an espresso, my love. Looks really cool. Very, very interesting. I'm excited about it. I think AJ is going to go on a princess cruise. She's going on Enchanted Princess in September with Peter and Melinda Heron. And then I think she's going to go on another princess cruise maybe in December. And it might just be the Sun Princess. So we shall see about that. Dave said, I think Viking Ocean Cruise and American Cruise Line love the main lines going to mega ships and being kept out of the eastern ports. Yeah, of course. Yep. I totally agree. Totally agree. And Viking's building a lot more ships, so it's crazy. Yeah, it does. Sounds super romantic. It's really cute. The pictures are really cute online. It looks really interesting. I'm excited about it. I always love when there's like new kind of cool concepts. So we'll send AJ. I think we might send AJ and her husband. It's her birthday that week, so we might send her on that cruise. Myers fam says, I have an NCL breakaway New England cruise later this year. How is the Rhode Island and Maine ports? So Newport is a tender port, and it is a pain in the butt. However, it's a beautiful port. If you get off there, you will go to see, obviously you can go see all the mansions there. There's cute little shops and restaurants and stuff in the downtown area. Once you get there, it's great. Getting there in the morning is fair. Getting there on a tender, coming back in the afternoon is a nightmare. It's like an hour wait because everybody gets off there, and there's not enough tender boats, and there's limits for how much they could do because there's usually multiple cruise lines there. So it's slow and steady, but it does take about an hour to get back. You have to wait in line for about 45 minutes to an hour to get back when you get back. So hopefully the weather's nice when you go there. But that port's great. If you're going to Bar Harbor is a tender port, but it's a little quicker than the Rhode Island one. And Bar Harbor's an amazing port if you are going there. Highly recommend going to Acadia. And then Portland, Maine is great. It's a dock. You pull in. There's tons of like breweries, cool restaurants. It looks like a kind of old New England kind of fishing town. It's really cool. I like it there a lot. It's very, very cool. Dave said, I want to go on the train car on the cruise ship. Sounds amazing. Yes, the Royal Railway looks great. I have heard that it is not going to be open on the initial Utopia sailings. Yet another reason to not go on an inaugural, as we've talked about a lot. I don't recommend those at all because things just aren't ready yet. So I know if I was going on that cruise, I would be super excited to go to the Royal Railway, which is going to be like Orient Express theme. They're going to have one of those. They're going to have a Wild West theme to start. It looks really cool. It's a great idea, but those things generally never kick off on time because it's a brand new concept. So they're really kind of testing it out and getting things going. So I agree. Seems cool. But if I would say probably like late in the year, if you want to try that out and go on Utopia. I do have it in here as part of my cruise news. Royal Caribbean's President's Cruise is wrapping up today on board Oasis with Tony Diaz. It's Tony Diaz's cruise with the president of Royal Caribbean there for Tony. That's what it actually is. They should change it next year to the Tony Diaz cruise on board Utopia of the Seas with Royal Caribbean president. So that is awesome. Oasis is my favorite ship, so that is fantastic. Tony told us last week that it's going to be on Utopia next year. I would like to get on one of the president's cruises. I know they're really cool. So I got to add that to my little bucket list of things I need to do. It's hard to coordinate all these different cruises because I book things so far in advance and then I forget and I wind up shifting things all around. It's very, very crazy. So local-ish news, Emerald Princess is going to be moving up to Boston this summer and fall. So Enchanted Princess is coming to New York. Emerald Princess is going to Boston. So you are going to have some different princess options if anybody wants to try princess cruises. They're also doing a little kind of quick rise in their loyalty program. If you go on a cruise between, I think it's August and December, and you do Princess Plus or Princess Premier, you're going to get double points in their program, which is really cool. I'm guessing they're trying to get more people to go. Tony Diaz said he is booked on the Utopia for next year. So let's officially change the name to the Tony Diaz, Royal Caribbean Tony Diaz cruise with Royal Caribbean president. It only seems fair. Next up, interesting news. Ambassador Cruise Line has opened up a North American office. They're going to try to poke their way into the U.S. and North America here and start developing a presence. I think it's pretty cool. I love when new cruise lines pop in and start doing some stuff. Let's see how big Ambassador Cruise Line is. So right now they only have two ships. They have the Ambiance and the Ambition. They're both pretty new. I mean, new-ish ships, but they're older ships. Pretty interesting. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Company was started in 2021, and I think they're going to be building some ships, which is really interesting. I don't know what those old ships were. Should look that up before I added it to the cruise news. That would have been nice. Let's see what it says here. It's more of a premium market, which I knew. So the Ambiance was built in 1991 for P&O, and the Ambition was built in 1999 for ADA. So it's interesting. So They're going to be coming to the US. It's going to be interesting to see what they do, what kind of competition they provide for other cruise lines. But I always like when those new companies or new ships pop up. Tony said there wasn't as many Pinnacles as I thought there would be. LOL. Yeah, I mean, God knows when you go on that President's Cruise, it's gold pins everywhere. And those Pinnacle people deserve it as they should. They love to wear their gold pins and tell you they're Pinnacle. Although I heard that Matt Hotchberg does not wear his Pinnacle pin, which, how dare you, Matt, not wear your Pinnacle pin. Dave said, is Ambassador the line that kicked Emma off of after 8 hours? You mean the one where they had like a ship issue and they like never actually sailed? I don't remember. That's a good question. Emma Cruises. Why we just have like a live talk show here where I'm looking things up. Yeah, it was after 4 hours. So Emma went on. It doesn't say. Oh, the Ambiance. She went on the Ambiance. There was an issue, and they canceled the cruise after 4 hours, and they had to debark. Hilarious. So good job, Dave. Good recall there. I forgot all about that. Hope, good morning. How are you? Hope everything is going well. Hope everything's going well with you guys. Haha, get it? Disney Treasure, I think we talked about this a little bit on Wednesday, starting to announce the details for its new ship. It is going to be 208,000 gross tons, 9,000 total passenger capacity, sailing out of the Asian markets. It's a big jump up for Disney. So that's going to be really interesting to see how they handle a big ship like that. Pretty crazy. Yeah, Dave said, I'm sure you were so bummed out you didn't see them flaunt their pins. Yeah, I mean, if you get on the elevator with them, they will tell you all about their Pinnacle experience. It's funny because the first time I saw them, I asked like, oh, congratulations on Pinnacle. And then, I mean, it was like 20 minutes later. They told me about every single cruise they went on. It was very, very funny. It's hilarious. Next bit of cruise news. Seattle has approved a 10-year port agreement with Carnival to help get to zero emissions in sustainability out of the Seattle cruise ports. Really interesting. Seattle's one of the ports that's really driving port power for them to plug. It's not like we're just swapping out the issues here from using gasoline to using electric power at the port. It's just the people at the ports generally complain, so they're switching to electric. Not that they're all not, doing whatever to the environment. What do I know? I have no idea. But it's not like one's that much better. But it is pretty funny that they're just hell-bent on reducing the gas emissions there. Myers fam said, does Princess Cruise match status levels from other cruise lines? Generally speaking, they do not. MSC is really the only people right now. Let me just make sure. No, they don't do match. But they do with this new program. And again, like if you look at the Princess loyalty, some of the loyalty programs are really weak. But if you look at the Princess one, there's not really a ton of benefits. You get I think the nicest part of the top tier was laundry. I'm pretty sure it was the laundry was the nicest one. You get it's weird. You get upgrades to, if you buy insurance, you get upgrades to the insurance. Very strange, things that you get for membership benefits. Let's see. So for gold, you get, your standard savings, early access to itineraries, preferential pricing offers, onboard events for members. That's it. That's after your first cruise. Then they have Platinum, or Ruby is next. Ruby is, you get your own help desk line. You get an upgrade to your insurance. If you purchase insurance, you get upgraded to platinum insurance, which gives you the 100% cancellation benefit, which is actually pretty nice. That's it. And then platinum is after 5 cruises, you get 50% off your medallion package, which is nice. Early access to dining, 10% off spa treatments, 10% off photos, and you get your lounge, like your Crown Lounge. And then elite, you get 10% off the shops, 10% off excursions, complimentary wine event, complimentary mini bar, deluxe canopies, complimentary afternoon tea, priority disembarkation, and laundry. So nothing as good as like the NCL or the Royal program, but nonetheless, pretty good, pretty fun things. Because it's weird too, with Princess is the only cruise line where, as a travel agent, if I do all their like training and I book a couple Princess cruises, I'm automatically elite, which is pretty cool. So it's nice anyway. Dave said, how are the reviews on Ocean Key? Changes sound like they spent a lot. Yeah, we knew kind of going into it there wasn't going to be a lot of visible changes. The island is pretty new, so there wasn't much wrong with the island. It was mostly they added another free restaurant on the island, which is nice. They cleaned up the Yacht Club beach so that it's not as rocky. But a majority of the money that they spent and a majority of the work they did was to dredge for World America. That was the big deal. But again, the island's only a few years old. So yeah, I didn't expect like sweeping changes because it looks brand new. It's a beautiful island. At some point, they're going to add stuff, but it's never going to be perfect day. And I think they don't want to compete on that level. They don't want like a theme park. I think a lot of the cruise lines are kind of, I booked some people on a cruise this week who specifically didn't want to go to Perfect Day because they didn't want the big theme park. They wanted like a nice beach with like nice amenities. So there is like a thing now, which is I think why Royal's doing the beach club for a lot of different things. So there you go. Hope said I'll give you some future Princess business. Thank you very much, Hope. Yeah, I'm going to try to get on some Princess cruises in the next couple years. It's really difficult to schedule things. I try not to fly a ton. And I was supposed to go on Enchanted Princess in September, but I have some family things that I have to take care of. So I switched my September cruise. I had to switch dates. So I switched my September cruise to Royal Caribbean. So I'll be on Symphony 2 months in a row, which is actually really good because I'm going to get all the filming done of Symphony on my September cruise so that when we go on the Halloween cruise, you know, when we do our Halloween group cruise, I can enjoy the cruise and spend time with everybody else and have fun without having to worry about filming the ship and doing all the crazy things that I usually do. So that's going to be really great. Dave said, please keep it very unperfect day. Going to be fantastic when the trees mature. Agreed. Yeah, the trees are the biggest thing. If they could have flown in trees from somewhere else or just put up more shade, that would have been the biggest thing. But yeah, I love Ocean Key. I love Perfect Day. To be honest, I do enjoy Perfect Day, but I really like Ocean Key is definitely my second favorite private island. Norwegian might be my second favorite private island, but we never go there because the dock's not there, so we just sail by it all the time. Hope said, I'm on 3 in the next year and a half, 1 being a side-by-side. What ships are you going on, Hope? Let me know. I would like to try Sun Princess. It looks really beautiful. I was originally booked on that, I think, next February, and I had a conflict, so I couldn't do it. So now my next four, Symphony, Odyssey. So my next 3 are all Royal Caribbean. Then I'm MSC, Royal, Norwegian, Royal, Norwegian, Virgin, MSC. So I do need to mix. I got to get some other cruise lines in there. It's really difficult switching around and trying to get things that line up perfectly. I try not to fly more than a couple times a year. So I try to do a lot out of New York, New Jersey. Boston I could do. Baltimore I could do. Baltimore ones try to kind of get expensive very quickly because they sell out quickly. So not a ton of inventory. So it's difficult, but try to do that as well. And then I have one cool story here that I saw. Dave said the guy from Mythbusters did a series on the construction of the Sea Princess. Well, that's really cool. I'll have to check that out. That's awesome. Hope is going in the Sun, Majestic, and Sapphire. That's fantastic. Sun, you're gonna have Hope. You're gonna have to let me know how the Sun is. I would really like to go on the Sun. If I could swing it, I would swing it soon. But I would have to cancel something. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's not super cheap either. So this is an interesting one for Tara. So very interesting. They are talking now, which we talked about before. They're deciding whether they want to raise the ceiling of the Chesapeake Bay to allow for larger ships. So for the past 70 years, 185 feet vertical is the clearance of the area's bridges. They're going to decide if they want to raise that limit and by how much. So they want to protect certain things. But we have the Bay Bridge near Annapolis that opened at 185 feet in 1952. Key Bridge in 73 and 77. And then they were built to the same size, which was sufficient for cargo and cruise industries. But with an eye on the future, they're thinking about raising that. So they are submitting proposals for the new Key Bridge. And they said this is the optimum time to change the ceiling. Too low would jeopardize the port's future commerce. Too high, and it increases construction costs needlessly. So they're thinking about doing it. Also because the waters are expected to rise between 3 and 5 feet by 2120. It's a long way off. We'll all be dead. The new Key Bridge is projected to open in 2028. It's going to last about 100 years. The other two bridges only have about 15 to 20 years of life left. So they're thinking about the future and raising that up. Interestingly enough, they're also thinking about raising the Bayonne Bridge in New Jersey to assist with things as well, too. It's in the Baltimore Sun. I'll put the article in the thing here. There you go. Pretty cool. Myers Fam asks, where can I find information on the group cruise and what activities are planned for the group? I'll send you a link. Hold on for 1 second. Let me find it. We're in the middle. AJ's in the middle of rebuilding our website, which is very, very fun. So we've been doing a lot on the website. We're rebuilding all of our engines for booking and everything. So it's going to be very, very, very cool. But AJ's off this week, coming up. She's on vacation. So Myers Fam, there is the link for the Halloween cruise. There you go. Anybody else have any other questions or anything? Any comments? Anybody doing anything fun today in this awful weather as I'm sweating here in my second bedroom? Myers Fam, if you do want to book, do not book through the link there. Shoot me an email at jp@bitesizecruises.com. So there's better pricing than what's on there. All right. Well, it is 11:30, so I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their day. Tony Diaz, safe travels home from Barcelona, or just stay, hang out and stay in Barcelona. Hope everybody has a wonderful rest of their day today on Sunday. I will see everybody on Wednesday. I'm going to still have a little bit of Venezia video to get out. I'm going to do a cool Bermuda video with a tour of the port this week. I got to get that done. I got to get some work done. I'm going on a cruise in 2 weeks. I have to get a whole bunch of videos done while I'm on the cruise. I have some work to do in the next 2 weeks. So I got to get my butt in gear. So everyone have a wonderful day today. Kevin and Carrie Ann, I see Carrie Ann's here. Thank you guys very much for recommending somebody over. They booked a cruise on MSC in the Yacht Club. So I really, really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful Sunday. I will see everybody Wednesday. I think it'll just be me. Oh no, Virgin Voyages with me this week. AJ's on vacation, but it'll just be me. So I'll see everybody on Wednesday. Have a great day. Thanks everybody for watching so much. Bye.